Do you think you live a simple life? What about people who have completely abandoned modern technology, makeup, and even photography? Their world is both fascinating and shocking at the same time. Today, we're diving into the world of the Amish and Mennonites. These two communities seem similar in appearance, but their differences will surprise you. And the eighth point in this video will definitely get you thinking about your lifestyle. The Amish strictly follow their age-old traditions, and their approach to marriage reflects that commitment. For the Amish, marriage is not just the union of two people, but an important ritual that strengthens the community. They strictly prohibit marriages to people from outside the community, which helps preserve their culture and religion. Weddings take place within the community, often involving the entire village, and are accompanied by hours-long ceremonies and a shared meal. To marry, both partners must be baptized in the Amish church, making the process even more exclusive. Mennonites, on the other hand, are much more open to interfaith marriages. Although it may cause perplexity or caution on the part of pastors in more conservative congregations, modern Mennonites are increasingly marrying people from other cultures and religions. Such unions often help broaden their horizons and strengthen their ties to the outside world, reflecting their more flexible approach to tradition. Interestingly, these differences reveal two opposing strategies for maintaining identity. The Amish choose isolation, while Mennonites choose integration. The Amish consciously choose to live away from society in order to preserve their values, traditions, and faith. They believe that contact with the outside world can undermine their religious beliefs, so they try to avoid unnecessary interactions with others. By living in gated communities, they create a kind of barrier between themselves and the outside world, which allows them to maintain modesty, humility, and spiritual focus. This approach helps the Amish protect themselves from outside influences and maintain the internal unity of the community. Mennonites, on the other hand, actively engage with the outside world. It is important for them to be part of the community without losing their identity. They work in cities, participate in social and charitable projects, and actively help others through volunteering. Many Mennonites see this as a way to follow Christ's commandments, combining faith with helping others. They are not afraid to take aspects of modern life, such as education and technology, and use them to benefit their mission. These different approaches to interacting with the outside world emphasize the uniqueness of both communities. One seeks isolation to protect its traditions, the other seeks integration for the sake of spreading its values. When we talk about technology, the Amish become true champions in the art of avoiding it. For them, rejecting technology is not just a choice, but a way to preserve the simplicity of life and strengthen the community. Their homes have no electricity, automobiles have been replaced by horse-drawn wagons, and telephones are a rarity, used only in emergencies. For example, in Amish furniture workshops, all pieces are handmade without the use of modern machines, emphasizing their craftsmanship and devotion to tradition. Mennonites, on the other hand, take a more flexible stance. They do not see technology as a threat to their faith, but rather as a tool that can be put to good use. The internet, cell phones, and automobiles all fit seamlessly into their daily lives. Many Mennonites work in fields where technology plays a key role, whether in education, medicine, or business. This adaptability allows them to stay connected to the outside world while remaining true to their religious principles. These differences in approach to technology show how two communities can interpret the ideas of simplicity and spiritual focus differently. The Amish are easily recognizable by their strict dress code: long dresses, hats, and beards without mustaches. Their clothing emphasizes modesty and belonging to a community. For example, women wear dresses exclusively with long sleeves and a high collar, emphasizing their commitment to tradition and modesty. Men, on the other hand, wear dark vests and hats, symbolizing their simplicity and equality in the community. Mennonites are more diverse in their style choices. Some follow traditional fashions, while others choose modern clothing, but always modest. For example, youth from more liberal Mennonite congregations may wear jeans and t-shirts, but avoid brightly colored or flashy clothing. Their appearance reflects a balance between tradition and modernity that makes them feel comfortable both in and outside their congregations. The Amish hold services in German dialect homes, avoiding excesses. These gatherings tend to be relaxed, where each member of the congregation can feel part of something larger. This creates an atmosphere of spiritual focus where there is no outward gloss, which is especially important for preserving their humble traditions. Mennonites gather in modern churches that often have full amenities, including electricity and heating. Their worship services are accompanied by hymn singing, sermons in English, and even the use of multimedia technology. Such adaptations help to attract the younger generation and make their meetings more accessible to a wider audience. It is important for Mennonites to keep their faith relevant and understandable in the context of modern society. Amish prefer to keep their faith within the community and avoid active evangelism. They believe their mission is to demonstrate godly living through personal example rather than through preaching or missionary activity. Within the community, faith is passed from generation to generation through family traditions and daily practice. Mennonites, on the other hand, are actively engaged in missionary endeavors to help people around the world. They build schools, hospitals, and orphanages, organize charitable programs and humanitarian missions. For Mennonites, evangelism is not just words, but actions that embody Christ's commandments. Their approach combines spiritual values with real help for those in need. How do you feel about evangelism? Do you believe that actively helping others is the best form of preaching? Share your opinion in the comments. Their approach combines spiritual values with real help for those in need. The Amish have a strict practice of shanning. Rule breakers are isolated from the community. This serves as a way of maintaining strict discipline and preserving traditional ways. Shunning can include a ban on socializing, participating in joint activities, or even refusing to pray together. For the Amish, this is an extremely serious punishment that often forces a person to either submit or leave the community permanently. Mennonites take a gentler approach, favoring forgiveness and reconciliation. Their goal is to restore broken relationships and help the person get back on the right path. This approach is based on love, mercy, and a belief that change is possible. Mennonite pastors often serve as mediators, facilitating dialogue and reconciliation between the parties. Which approach to discipline do you think is more effective? Share your opinion in the comments. The Amish have strict gender roles. Women run the household, raise the children, and take care of daily tasks around the house. Men, on the other hand, focus on physical labor, including farming and crafts. This clear division of responsibilities is based on traditional religious views and centuries-old patterns. For the Amish, this family structure is key to community stability and the preservation of tradition. Mennonite women in modern communities have many more opportunities for self-actualization. They can not only farm, but also work, get an education, take leadership positions, and even become pastors. This reflects their desire for equality and openness to change. For example, in more liberal Mennonite congregations, women play a key role in charitable and educational projects that encourage their active participation in society. How do you feel about these differences in gender roles? Share your thoughts in the comments. Mennonite women in today's congregations can hold leadership positions, work, and even become pastors. This reflects their desire for equality. Education for Amish and Mennonites serves as a reflection of their life values and religious beliefs. The Amish limit schooling to 8 grades. Their schools are run by the communities themselves and focus on practical education that prepares children for life in Amish communities. The focus is on skills that will be useful in everyday life and farming, reading, writing, arithmetic, and learning the basics of the Bible. The Amish believe that further education can alienate youth from their values and way of life. In addition, young people often work early to help support their families. Mennonites, on the other hand, actively encourage higher education, especially in their more liberal communities. Many have established their own schools, colleges, and universities, such as Mennonite Brethren universities. Education for Mennonites is not only a practical necessity, but also a way to gain a deeper understanding of the world, broaden one's horizons, and find opportunities for service to the community. Many Mennonites choose careers in medicine, education, social work, and other fields where careers can be combined with Christian values. These two approaches demonstrate a difference in priorities. The Amish focus on preserving traditional ways of life, while Mennonites seek to integrate into the modern world while remaining true to their beliefs. These two communities provide unique examples of how people can maintain their identity in the modern world by following very different strategies. The Amish live in strict isolation, protecting their traditions and values from the influence of the outside world. Their way of life is a kind of protest against the complexities and hustle and bustle of modern civilization, which inspires many to reflect on the importance of simplicity and spiritual focus. Mennonites, on the other hand, demonstrate how tradition can be harmoniously combined with modernity. Their active participation in community life, commitment to education and service to people, makes them an example of openness and adaptability, while retaining key elements of their faith and culture. These differences make us think about how we ourselves balance tradition and progress, what is important to us in life, and what values we want to preserve for future generations. Which of these approaches do you think is closer to you? Could you find yourself living in one of these communities? Share your thoughts in the comments.